about the timeline of this particular report that you've accessed for us, and what are the big takeaways?
Well, see, yesterday we had seen that the report of 2 pages being submitted by Ajay Mishra before the Varanasi civil court. And in fact, Anand has just explained the entire report to us, what is mentioned point by point in the entire report. Remember, that report of Ajay Mishra is of 6th and 7th May. He was the one who was holding that survey at that point in time. He was the one who was leading the team. Other 2 commissioners, Ajay Pratap Singh and Vishal Singh, came later into the picture. The survey which happened on 14th, 15th and 16th, in that survey all 3 were part of, but that report of 6th and 7th is only of Ajay Mishra, which he has submitted. And in fact, in the court, I heard a few, the advocate commissioner, one of the advocate commissioners said that the report of Ajay Mishra will also be concluded in the report which is presented before the court. Now, the point which is being raised in both the reports. First, Ajay Mishra's report, mind you, it's the outside report, like the survey which he conducted on the outside of the mosque. That point in time, the permission wasn't given by the court to go inside, which came, of course, to later on for the 14th, 15th, and 16th. So, in that report, outside the mosque, he is, talking about the findings that he got there, which he mentioned, like the signs of.
Correct. Arun, just give me 30
Trishul,
seconds. We'll come back to discuss what we are picking up from means of sources as far as the main report also is concerned, and also this 2-page report. But I believe we're also now getting some updates coming in from the Supreme Court. Anvit continues to be with us. So, Anvit, we're now understanding that the Supreme Court has stayed the proceedings in the lower court?
Yes, Vishnu Jain had earlier also said that they'll be asking courts to give them some more time and adjournment at the same time. And now Vishnu Jain had in the court, Supreme Court said before the bench of judges D.Y. Chandrachud and P. Narasimha that more time be given, and had requested adjournment. Following that, Supreme Court has said that the matter now will be taken tomorrow at around 3 p.m. It has also said that by that time, because the Muslim groups and Muslim side had been saying that there can be some directions from the lower court to demolish the wall, that was between the Nandi structure and the Shivlinga that has been found. So Supreme Court has also said that until and unless tomorrow the Supreme Court takes up the matter again, no such direction shall be given by the lower court. This is the latest we are getting. Tomorrow 3 p.m. the matter will again be taken up, and then the arguments will further go on.
Okay, so the update that Anvit is getting for us from the Supreme Court is that the matter in fact will now be heard tomorrow at 3 p.m. by a 3-judge bench. The Supreme Court has also asked the petitioner, Mr. Jain, to inform the local council to not proceed. In fact, the Supreme Court now staying the proceedings in the lower court. That's the update that's coming in. Let me go back to Pranshu also. Pranshu, so 2 things that we need to understand here. One is the report that Arun has accessed for us, which was by Ajay Mishra. This was a survey that took place initially. But the main survey that took place around the 16th and 17th, that report also now has been submitted somewhere around 10:15. Do we have more details of how voluminous that report is?
Well, yes, the Ajay Mishra's report, the importance of that report can only be that it gives you a hint what can be there also in the report of Mr. Vishal Singh. The matter of the fact is that Ajay Mishra's report has still not been considered by the court. He has been removed from the post of the Advocate Commissioner. So only report that actually matters is that 17-page odd report, which comprises of several memory cards and also photographic evidences, and has now been kept in safe custody of the court in at least 3 boxes. That is what the lawyers in the court have told us. Now, but Ajay Mishra's report, the report which we read out and we had the first exclusive copy of it, if that report could be any indication, then that report clearly gives you a hint, a clear roadmap of what possibly the surveyors had found out inside the court. Because remember, Ajay Mishra's led panel was restricted on 6th and 7th only up to the outer wall, and they were not allowed entry inside the Gyanvapi Mosque. So if outside the wall the panel is finding all these evidences hinting of a Hindu religious place, then clearly one can assume what more could have been accessed and found out when the surveys team actually entered the Gyanvapi Mosque and the underground cellars and the Wuzu Pond area on 14th, 15th and 16th of May. But talking about the legality is that the only survey commission report which is under the consideration of the court as of now is that of Vishal Singh. There is a petition pending before the court saying that Ajay Mishra's report should also be included. Whether it is included or not, that needs to be seen. But as of now, the court has not ruled upon it. And the one big, the biggest news, of course, is coming from Delhi, where the Supreme Court has clearly said that lower court's proceedings should be stayed till the Supreme Court has further disposed of this matter, and the hearing is at 3 p.m. So that clearly means that most likely the hearing, which was supposed to happen at 2 p.m. post-lunch today, hearing on the report that has been submitted and the petitions that were pending before the court, that hearing now most likely is not going to take place after Supreme Court's ruling just a minutes before the details which we shared here on CNN News 18.
Absolutely. And let me just understand what happened at the Supreme Court today. My colleague Arunama is also now joining us on the broadcast. Arunama, good morning. So we are understanding the Supreme Court has stayed the proceedings, which means there won't be any order as far as the lower court is concerned. Can you just walk us through what transpired at court?
Yes, so the moment the bench assembled, Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain, who was representing the Hindu side, he sought an adjournment. He said the senior counsel who had been briefed to take up the matter, he was indisposed for today, to which the bench said that tomorrow we already have 50 matters on board, so it is already a packed day. But since the senior counsel from the Hindu side was not available and any ex parte order was not possible, and the Muslim side lawyer also argued that as we are speaking, even as the Hindu side in the Supreme Court is seeking an adjournment, their representatives in the lower court are filing applications seeking directions to either demolish the mosque wall or seeking directions for further relief as per their plea. So the Supreme Court said that, if this is the case, that the Hindu side can't represent itself in the apex court, we cannot allow the lower court proceedings to continue, and therefore, till tomorrow 3 o'clock, the matter has been stayed, and the SC order has said that, before the trial court, all the proceeding that is happening, this is the line that I'm reading out from the order.
Yeah.
We accordingly direct trial court to strictly act according to the arrangement as here, and it should desist from passing any order. So that entire, proceeding before the trial court then has been stayed by the apex court till 3 p.m. tomorrow, and this has been conveyed to Mr. Jain as well, the advocate who was representing the Hindu side, that he should go and inform his counsels and those who are representing this matter in the lower court.
Arunama, we'll request you to stay on with us. I quickly want to go back to Pranchu. Pranchu, I just want one clarification, because currently we're talking about two survey reports. One was by Ajay Mishra, who was originally the Advocate Commissioner, then removed because allegations of him leaking crucial evidence to the media, and then the survey report by Vishal Jain. I want to understand, with both these survey reports hold validity, or only the one submitted by Vishal Singh?
No, see, only Vishal Singh's survey report will hold validity, because if you remember, Ajay Mishra on 17 itself was discharged of his duty as Advocate Commissioner. He was removed from his post after serious complaints were made against him. Now on 18th, of course, he has submitted a report on his side, but that report was not actually sought by the court. So what is court going to take note of it? That still depends upon the court. So as of now, speaking legally, the only survey commission report which the court is considered about is the Vishal Singh and the Ajay Singh commission report that has been submitted around half an hour back in the civil judge court. It is a report comprising the activities and findings of 3 days, 14th, 15th and 16th of May, and has been submitted in at least 17 pages of written documents, several pen drives and photographs, which is said to be stored into 3 boxes, and it is presently in safe custody of the court. So ultimately we'll have to wait for that report to come out, and only then we can say what actual findings are. But still, the notice that have been made by Ajay Mishra on 18th and copy has been accessed by us, that is of importance, is that if a particular survey team on 6th and 7th of May finds out certain findings indicating of a Hindu structure, can there be a bigger deviation, or can there be a contrast to those findings in the survey report of Vishal Singh? Seems highly unlikely, and therefore we are saying that the survey commission's report probably are indicating towards, our sources are saying they are indicating towards a foundation of a Hindu structure, a Hindu temple at a place where the Gyanvapi mosque presently stands.
Okay, let me quickly go across to Anvit also, who's tracking all the action from the Supreme Court.